Welcome to dividing integers. Things to remember in dividing. It's a dimensional operation, structure of reciprocal, and idea is multiplication. So once again, orange is 1, and then yellow is -1 for the model. Structures of division. So normally it has this one, dividend divided by divisor, and the answer is quotient. Now, in some other structure, they do this one, dividend divided by divisor, and the answer is still quotient. When we learn division, we have what we call a solution structure, like this one. We have our dividend, and then this mark, it's as the division, and then we have our divisor, and where we put our answer here as the quotient. Solution using model. So we have now our model. So we have our dividend. So this is our dividend. So that's 1. Then we divide. So this is now the dimensions, the horizontal and the vertical. So we put a divisor there. So we have 1 as well. And then the quotient will be put on the horizontal. So that's 1. So that's how we use now the model. Let's have now the rules in dividing. First one, if dividend and divisors are like sign, the answer would be positive. So, for example, the dividend is 1 divided by 1, the answer is 1, which is positive. Now, let's have another one. If the dividend is -1 divided by -1, the answer is 1. So, like signs, positive. Now, if dividend and divisors are unlike signs, so we have now 1 divided by -1, the answer is -1. Another, if we have -1 divided by 1, the answer is -1. In this presentation, setting up, we're using now two methods. The first one is using models and dividing integers, and then the other one would be using abstract or solution. Let's have now this example, 4 divided by 2. So we'll start with the model. So we have now our dimensions. So what we need to do is to get now the divisor. So the divisor is 2. Now we need to make some groupings inside, which will conclude or contains 4. So we have it one at a time. So that's 1, 2. That would be one group. And then you have now another group. So now working on that, 1 divided by 1, so the answer is 1. Another 1 divided by 1, it's 1. So it makes sense that the answer is now 2. Now in abstract or solution, this is how it happened. There are 3 abstract or solution that I'm going to present. First one is 4 divided by 2, that is equal to 2. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. That's a fractional form. And then the long division is 4 divided by 2. The answer is 2. Then 2 times 2 will be 4. And then you deduct, so the answer would be 0. Let's have now an example, -6 divided by -3. Again, let's start with the model. So let's have now the dimension. So we started with the divisor once again, so it's -3. Now working on the grouping, so let's have that one at a time. So we need to form -6. So this is now the first group. So you have now 3. So fill in until to complete the -6. Now, when working that, -1 divided by -1, so the horizontal dimension will have now +1. -1 divided by -1, so it's another +1, so the answer would be 2. So let's go with abstract or solution. Again, 3 types of solutions. So first one, -6 divided by -3 is equal to 2. -6 divided by -3 in a fractional form, the answer would be 2. And then on the long division, we have now -6 divided by -3. The answer is 2. 2 times negative 3, so negative 6. So we have now, it will be added. So the answer is 0. Let's have no other example. Negative 16 divided by 4. So let's have now the model. Once again, you started with the dimension, and then you have now your divisor, which is 4. Now make some groupings that contains negative 16 on the product area. So you have that. So that's how the first group, second group, third group, and fourth group. Now getting now, so we will now get the horizontal dimension. So we have now that's negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So the answer is negative 4. Now, let's have now on the abstract and solution. So we have now negative 16 divided by 4. So that's the answer is negative 4. We have negative 16 divided by 4 or over 4 in fraction form. So it is negative 4. Now in long division, negative 16 divided by 4. So the answer would be negative 4. Multiplying that, you have that, and then the answer would be 0. No remainder. Another example, 20 divided by negative 5. Now in model, let's have now the model. So the dimension, so the divisor is negative 5. So let's have now the grouping. So you do it one at a time so that you will have now your guide. So this would be 5. And then expediting that. So that's a group 2, group 3, group 4. And then the answer would be negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. So the answer is negative 4. Now, on the abstract and solution, it's easy now to say that 20 divided by negative 5 is equal to negative 4. Now, 20 divided by negative 5, or other way to read that, it's 20 over negative 5 is equal to negative 4. Now, in the long division, 20 divided by negative 5, so you have now negative 4 multiplying. So you need to deduct that, and the answer would be 0.